Hi guys, welcome back to Jungle Flowers Canada. My name is Grania and thank you for joining me. Guys, today I'm going to do a repotting and splitting video. So for those of you that join me on Instagram, you'll know that I was fortunate to find a Monstera Deliciosa Sport. What is a Monstera Deliciosa Sport? Well, some of you may ask. It's a green Monstera that has a natural variegation on it. They're very hard to find and I cannot believe I actually found one. So before I begin, I'm going to zoom in and show it to you, and then I'm going to split it and I'm going to attempt to remove the variegated stem and plant it up in its own pot. Guys, I need to apologize in advance. The guys are still outside working on my greenhouse, so you are going to hear some sawing and some drilling, but bear with me, hopefully you can hear me over the noise. Now I'm going to look for the variegated leaf and I'm going to show it to you. I need to put my glasses on because I'm getting blind and old. So, can you see the variegation here? So this is what is called a Monstera Sport. Now there is also variegation on, there's 3 leaves that have some variegation. This is very slight. You may not even be able to see it, but there's little flecks of variegation on this leaf. And maybe I'll come around here, it might be easier for me. And is it this leaf? Yes. And this leaf has just a slight variegation here. Now what I'm hoping is there's another new leaf coming up on it, and I'm hoping that that will also have variegation. But by splitting it, I'll be able to see if there's any variegation actually on the stem. The reason I've decided to split it is because you can see this is a very big plant. So I don't think that they do it any harm. Actually, I should move these cuttings aside for the moment. Let's tip this baby on its side and try and get it out of here without disturbing it too much. So you can see it was a big plant. It was actually $60, guys. I would not have paid $60 for another Monstera Deliciosa, only that I found the sport variegation on it. Now, a nice, big, healthy plant. Where is the variegation gone again? Okay, so here is the piece with the variegation. So let me take a look. Okay, so this. Okay, if you can see down here, it's this shoot here that has the variegation. And I don't really want to cut it and start rooting again. But it looks like this, it may be an offshoot of this. Okay, let's just get into the root system and see what we can do. I'm just going to tease the root through the roots. This is part of the variegation. This looks like it's a separate little plant. Okay, so let's start from the outside with the small ones. Let's get this little baby apart first. There's beautiful aerial roots in here too. This is going to be a harder job than I thought, guys. I have split Monstera before, but they haven't actually been quite this established. Okay, so that doesn't have huge roots, but it will be fine because then they're nice and big. Now this is the variegated section, and you can see there is a new leaf coming on it. So this is what I would like to get out without too much disturbance. How do I go about it? Let's gently, I hope you can see, you probably, can you see? Okay, so this is the variegated piece. Okay, so and here is root. So I am just gently going to try and remove this. There's aerial roots in the back of it here too. the variegated piece. It has lots of nice aerial roots. I didn't get to take a huge amount of the plant roots with it, but hopefully I got enough to keep it healthy. So now I can actually give you a closer look. So if you can see this, there's speckles of variegation on this. Oh, there was another one. There was another leaf, wasn't there? So where's the other leaf? So are there two pieces with variegation? Oh, okay. So guys, there's another piece that has a very slight variegation on it. So let's take that one out as well. Could I be so lucky that I got two stems with variegation? That's pretty awesome. There's two pieces here, but one of them has got a bit of variegation on it, and it's this one. Can you see? It's very slight, but can you, I hope the camera is, can you see it there? Down there in that corner. So let's plant the two of them up. So it just seems to be those two pieces. So I'm going to plant them up separately. Put them down here. And now we're going to put all of this back into this pot here. And like I say, I have a beautiful outer pot upstairs to put this into. Okay guys, this soil actually looks very healthy, so I'm going to reuse it. But I'm just going to add in a little bit of orchid bark. Some worm castings. And I'll put in a bit of extra perlite in it. But it actually looks like a nice soil, so I may as well just reuse it. Just add some extra perlite. Perlite, it's so dusty. Oh, hang on, my timer. It's very warm here, guys. It's because the ceilings are a little lower and the lights are so warm. Okay, so let's mix this through. Take out these little bits. Just give it a little boost of nutrient. And let's repot her. Okay, so now I'll just backfill this with my soil. Okay guys, there she is all planted back. I'm going to put her up in my living room. I'll give her some water now, and then I'm going to plant up my two variegated stems. Okay guys, I'm kind of old for a YouTuber and I'm exhausted running up and down the stairs. So my plant room is in my basement, if any of you have watched my previous videos. And I have my little grow tents all along here. They're homemade and they work perfectly. But I bought a beautiful pot for this and I can't find it. So I'm going to use this terracotta. So I have this terracotta pot and I have this base, and if I find the other pot I can actually sit this inside it because the other pot is bigger. So I am getting a sink put in down here, but my plumber hasn't had time to come, so I'm using these containers of water down here now, which is a bit of a pain. We Irish love our tea. So in case any of you are wondering, yes, I'm from Ireland. And my name, Grania, is a Gaelic name. And it's very hard for people to pronounce. So I spell it phonetically. So I'll actually put the phonetic spelling up on the screen. And I know it's hard for people to remember it, but anyway, it's pronounced Grania. And I hope that will be helpful for you if you're trying to remember my name. Okay, so here we have our little beauties. So I'm going to make some soil, and I'll show you how I do it. So I'll turn my container this way, and I'll tell you what I put into it. Now the measurements, this is just my rule of thumb. There's, you know, the proportions are not, it's not scientific, guys. Let's do it that way. But this is usually what I do. So for this container here, there's still a little bit of soil in here. I usually put 2 scoops of soil, and I use the, I can never remember the name of it. It's the Pro Mix Micro Rhizy, I think it's called, soil. So it's actually a peat-based soil. So 2 of these, and it's absolutely amazing. You can pick it up at your local nurseries. You can pick it up in Canadian Tire. You can buy small bags or large bags. I usually buy the large bag. It's about $32. Okay, to that I'm going to add my worm castings. I just love these guys. Just love them. So I usually put 1 scoop of worm casting. So 1 scoop, actually can you see, let me see. So that's the top soil, and there's the worm casting. And then I usually just judge. I usually put some perlite in, just like so. And I also add a little bit of oak bark. Let me show you that. Okay, so soil, worm casting, orchid bark, and perlite. And then I just mix it all through. And it's a nice, healthy, aeroid soil. I use it for everything, guys. So all the plants that I got from Thailand are all planted in this. Okay, so we will start with putting some soil in the bottom of our pot. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So, okay, and we're going to take our little beauties now and put our 2 beauties. Look at the nice roots in these. So this should adjust nicely to this new soil. I will put a tiny bit of Super Thrive in the water, which really does help the plants get established. Again, you can buy that at Canadian Tire and probably at your local garden centre. I got mine in Canadian Tire. Okay, so now I have all the roots in. I don't have, you know, I put them in gently, so there's no stress on them. And now we're just going to backfill with our soil. Now I have holes in the bottom of this, and I have a pan underneath. So the idea is that it would catch the soil, which it does, and then I can just reuse that soil. Okay, so just make sure, here, let me take it off the space for the moment. So just make sure that you have it in nice and firm and standing in the position you want it to be standing in. So this will be exciting, guys. I will keep you updated on this. There is a new leaf coming out, so let's hope there will be some variegation on that. Now let me grab my water, and where's my Super Thrive? Okay, so this is Super Thrive, guys, and I'm literally, actually I need to put more water in it, but I'm literally going to put the tiniest drop. It's something like a 1/4 teaspoon per gallon of water normally. Actually put it into your lid so that you don't drop in more than you need, and literally just a drop, okay? And put the rest back in your bottle. I'm going to put more water in that because I used the water to water my large plant. It's a pain having to bring water up and down. I cannot wait to get my sink in, because nighttime when I'm filling my humidifier and when I'm watering my plants, it's just a nuisance. So I am looking forward so much to getting this sink. Okay, so now I'm going to water this, guys. Give it a nice watering. Because it's terracotta, it will dry out quicker. Bum, there I have my Monstera Deliciosa Sport with its cute variegation. And this leaf here has a bit of variegation. And is there some on this? There may be. This looks like it's a newer leaf, and I think there might just be a tiny bit. Let me bend this over. On the edges of this, and we'll see more so when it has completely hardened over. So, how lucky was I, eh? Now, I have one more plant that I am going to split. And this is a sad story. So this is a Hoya Kentiana, and it was fully variegated. And I made a rookie mistake. So I used to have pink grow lights up in my family room, which is quite dark. And this actually did very well. But I hated the pink grow light, so I decided to switch them out to white. I had it in a hanging basket. No, sorry, I had it in a macrame hanger that was way too low. It was way too far away from the light. And you can see a lot of it reverted to green. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to take it apart and I'm going to make two plants out of it. Oh, I just crushed some leaves there. I'm going to make a variegated plant and I'm going to make a solid Kentiana. So let me get it out. And let's do the same. Let's split up the plant. Okay, so see, ironically this is green, but look, there's a little bit of variegation on the first leaf. But unfortunately it lost its variegation, which was such a shame because it was beautiful. So rookie mistake, guys. Okay, let's sit there just for the moment. Okay, let's get the variegated. Okay, so this, see, same thing. Oh no, that's actually a little bit of variegated. So let's pull that out. Same here, guys, look. Started out variegated and ended up green. I wonder if I cut that variegated leaf off and propagated it. I think I'm going to do that, you know. I'll just pull it off here. I'm going to propagate this. I'm going to cut it back. I'm going to cut back the green leaf and I'm going to propagate this. And I'm going to see, will it actually, if I just pull that off, and let's just see, will that return to its variegation? This I'd have to propagate now because there's no roots on it. But Hoyas propagate wonderfully. Oh, you see, again, same thing, variegated on the bottom. They turned green. Let's do the same. Let's do the same. Let's pull out the variegated. I should be cutting these, guys. I know you're probably all like, what's she doing? Okay. This just might work, guys. Okay, so if I cut it back to the last variegated root and then propagate this in water, and this whole section is still variegated. Is there anything else hidden under here? No, I think that's good. See, this soil's beautiful as well. This is actually just the Pro Mix without anything else added to it. But look at how nice, look at how nice it is. Variegated leaf. So, I now have two plants, but I don't want to put them into that big pot, so I'm going to put them into plastic pots. Let's mix these. Let's put a little bit, actually I'll put this on the bottom. I'll put some of my other soil in here. So let's plant up the green. It's got beautiful big roots on it there, guys. Actually, let's take some of that out. Those roots in. You can see there as well, guys, the variegation at the very end. It was such a shame. Such a shame. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Okay. Oh, I have more green. What am I doing? No, I need to root these, don't I? Okay, so I need to root those two. So for now, I'm just going to go with this baby here. I now have actually more Kentiana, so that's kind of cute. Okay. That's cute. There we go. That's a beautiful plant, isn't it, guys? And it would be amazing if the variegation actually did come back, but I doubt it. Okay, so give this a little sip of water. And actually I will put it back in that pot, but I'll just use that pot as an outer. Okay. Now we're going to take our variegated pieces. So let me just again use this, and then we'll top it up with some of this. And take our variegated pieces. Okay, so you can go there. Simple piece. And I actually have another piece in my grow tent, which I will add to this. It wasn't doing great, so I took it out and put it in the grow tent. So let's see if we can add that to this as well. Another variegated piece. So let's put this in here also. This actually has my aeroid mix in it, so let's take this out. I'm going to actually stick this piece in the middle and this piece here. Okay. And I've had it for, gosh, 2.5 years, I'd say. It was one of the, actually I think it was probably one of the very first Hoyas I bought. And it got me on the Hoya kick, or the bug, that we're all in now. Everybody's got bitten by the Hoya bug. Okay, let's give it a nice watering. And there is the variegated plant. So actually I got 2 nice sized plants out of that, guys, didn't I? So I'm going to put these back up in my dining room. Well, actually it's not my dining room anymore. What used to be my dining room, because it has a nice south facing window. And let them come back to their former glory. Okay guys, so there is my propagation. I'm going to put it in here under my little homemade grow tent, and and I'll give you an update on that. Okay guys, I am boiling down here. I have a light over my head and it is just so warm down here. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, that would be amazing. If you could subscribe to my channel, I would so appreciate it. If you have any comments, don't forget to ask below, and you guys have a wonderful day. Take care.